Let's go to the phone box. See what Doctor Who has to say. Call the Chief.
Tell me what you know, Jenks.
I'm a bit lost for ideas at the moment, to be honest, sir.
Anything else happened?
Not really. Did I mention the student in the woods?
No.
A rather obnoxious student carving a devil sign into a tree. Turned out Atlas used the symbol. Simon Thompson explained it. It's to do with a phrase they use on the course, the 3 freedoms. Ryan said he came up with it.
The 3 what?
The 3 freedoms. It's about getting rid of your past, or something.
Sounds as daft as that stuff James Wilson was going on about. Have you found out any more about that?
No, not really.
Well, do a bit of research. Find out what you can about this cult. Who ran it, where they were based. Find out what Ryan Rand knows about it particularly.
Okay, Chief, I'll call later.
Right.
Alright. The Chief seems to say we should go talk to Ryan. This is why he's the boss. He knows what to do. Can I go up the stairs? No? Alright.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Alright, let's have a look what he knows. Last saw Kate at the meeting last Friday. Kate was drunk at the last meeting. First saw Kate 3 months ago. Kate enjoyed her course and appeared happy. Hadn't suspected she had any emotional problems. Hadn't seen the license before. Didn't know Kate had lost the license. Someone does ride a bike. Thinks someone drives but isn't sure. Hasn't tried someone's homebrew. Doesn't know anything about the pendant. Has never bought. Didn't he give that? I thought it was a unwanted gift. He's having an affair with Emma, isn't he? Told Rebecca to tape over it, knows about the window but not how it got broken. Symbols not used in the course. Oh, that's Liam though, right? Cardboard mask. No? Okay. It's argument. Usually leaves for Alice about 6:30 or prepares around 6:30. Designed by an agency. Named randomly. Used to have a scry himself. Used to read about black magic and satanic rituals. Doesn't believe anything now. I guess I can ask him about the 3 freedoms, maybe. Met Liam in the pub. Isn't that a contradiction? I guess not. Based at the village hall. Okay, so what is there? What is there? It says that Third Eye is based in the village hall. And that's also... Third Eye is growing in village hall. Village hall. Has never come into contact with Third Eye. Never come into contact with Third Eye. Where's the one about the village hall? Ah.
Aha. According to the flyer, this Third Eye group was based at the village hall, is that right?
Was it?
Ah, that's where you were based, wasn't it? Yeah, you said you invented the Atlas phrase free to be free while you were based at the village hall.
So I did.
So you must have come into contact with Third Eye at some point. You were using the same hall.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest with you, Inspector.
Ooh, haven't you now?
Go on.
You see, Third Eye is, or was, Atlas under a different name. Sorry.
Atlas is
I was
Third
right.
In a new improved form, yes.
Eye. And you ran Third Eye.
With Dad, yes.
So you must have known Liam. You didn't just meet him, did you?
Yes, I knew him, Inspector, but don't get your hopes up. All of this has been thoroughly investigated and cleared up.
You've been investigated about his death?
They dropped the case. We didn't have anything to do with it. Well, when I say drop the case, I mean a police investigation is one thing, but what the public thinks is another. They threatened to go public, and then James bloody Wilson started distributing his flyers, and that was it. No choice. It's an end to it.
You had to change the name.
We'd already paid the family an out-of-court settlement. Thought that was an end. But then James, his cronies, they wouldn't leave it alone. So we had to close down, buy a new place, rebrand. So eventually, we reopened here.
As Atlas.
As Atlas.
And it worked.
Up till now, yes.
So you knew James Wilson too?
We knew James, but he didn't know us as such. Oh, he was very quick to shoot us down, but he didn't do anything like actually coming to the course to see what he was about.
So James wouldn't know that you were now running Atlas?
Not unless he came to one of our courses.
And how much of all that stuff was true? ECT machines, brainwashing?
I'm afraid that exists only exclusively in the mind of Mr. Wilson. All we do is make better business people. We challenge their prejudices and presumptions. Why don't you come along and see for yourself? The course starts in 15 minutes. Excuse me, Inspector. Hello. I can't come back now. Well, you have my car at the moment. All right. All right. See you later. That was Dad. I have to go back. You can come and meet him if you like.
Well, I might come and have a chat.
Come with me.
Ah.
To be perfectly honest, Dad's a great businessman, but he lacks imagination. He does, however, believe in the power of the individual, when taught by the right teacher, of course. Ryan! In here. Just coming. He's through here.
To whom do I owe the pleasure?
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm investigating a death in the village. I believe you knew Kate Vine.
Oh, I thought all this was dealt with, Inspector. You do know that Kate Vine was a gherkin short of a big mad. You do know.
Father.
You must forgive my son, Inspector. He still can't summon up the courage to come straight to the point. So what do you want to know?
Well, a few more questions if you don't mind.
But I do mind. I'm a very busy man. Try asking an intelligent question, like, do I mind being quizzed about a once promising student who turned into a useless drunk? Ryan, would you mind leaving us for a while?
I'll go back to the centre. I have one or two things to prepare. Call me if you need me, Dad.
You may begin, Mr. Holmes, although I'm not going to be able to help you. I don't have much to do with the course nowadays, so I can't give you any hard information.
That's as maybe, but we
No, that's
need...
as is. But if you want my opinion, I'd be quite happy to give it to you. So, fire away.
Okay, thank you. Wow, Paul certainly doesn't take any prisoners. It's obvious who's pulling the strings in this family, and I wonder what they got up to in their previous guise as Third Eye. 8 o'clock already.
Okay, I'll pause it here. Okay, so we have a lot of more information now. It's 8 PM, I've had a little break, and I think we can go to the town center now. Where was that? Is it this way? I thought the meeting was at 8 o'clock. I guess not. I guess... I don't know. Let's have a look at the map again. Well, we may as well walk through the town. That's the new information we have. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe I should just go talk to people first. That's the wrong way. Wrong way again! Okay, no one there. I'll walk up to Atlas, and then I'll go back to the beginning, and then start checking with everyone. I went there, didn't I?
Let yourself go. Feel your soul lifting. Then wait for the moment to break free. Then break free. Excellent, Hannah.
Well,
Could you come back later, please?
what's going on here?
Please, leave.
Sorry, Ryan, there's a few more questions I have to ask you yet, and time's ticking by.
Leave.
Okay.
What the hell is going on here? New piece of information. Dull burning ceremony. Nope, no one in the lounge. I guess he's doing his calls at the moment. I was thinking to myself that Jenksy boy is very, very David Tennant. His mannerisms and actions, sort of over the top, but very amusing. Oh, what do we have here? New piece of evidence. A locker. Remote control. I guess we can maybe use the, what is it called? The garage door. The garage door back in the town. I'll go do that. I'll walk through Woods Lane first, though. And I'll check on people as I go.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Doll burning ceremony.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning, I think was something that they did on the course. Simon mentioned it.
Oh, they didn't do that when you were there?
No.
Yeah, that seems about right. Let's go
Thank
ask
you.
Simon.
Probably be back later. What do you know about doll burning?
Not on the course. It's a ritual thing. It's getting rid of things that you don't need. Throw it into the fire.
And that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, it helps you getting rid of things you don't need, so you can move on and take control again.
So what are the masks for?
They're just to help you get into the right frame of mind. Just get you into the zone, you know, help with the trance.
A trance?
Yeah. It's like self-hypnosis. We do it on the course sometimes. It's just to help you get into the right frame of mind, you know.
So you hypnotize yourself? How do you do that?
Just stare into a mirror and chant something, you know, just say the same thing over and over again. Or you could just close your eyes and put yourself into a trance. Some people can do that.
And that's safe?
Well, yeah. Hypnosis doesn't work the way that most people think it does. You can't just be hypnotized if you don't want to be hypnotized. But you can learn to hypnotize yourself.
What did you say it was called? Auto-hypnosis?
Self-hypnosis, auto-hypnosis, same thing really.
I think Simon was a bit too quick to play down the role of auto-hypnosis on the course. I'll have to ask around about this.
Auto-hypnosis.
That's all for the moment.
Let's see if
Thank you.
his little girlfriend knows anything about that.
Do you know what auto-hypnosis is?
It's some type of self-hypnosis, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you ever tried it?
No, I haven't. But I think Kate was into it. She learnt it from when she went to Atlas.
And what did she tell you about it?
Not a lot, really. I think it helped her. I think she used it as a sort of self-meditation.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Auto-hypnosis, A. Let's see. Can we use the... No, can't use it here. There's probably nothing back here. I need a light, don't I? Maybe I can find a torch with the key. I should go into the pub for a moment. See what's in the restaurant now.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. What do you know about doll burning at Atlas?
Only that it's part of the course. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but I made dozens for him.
You made them?
Oh, Ryan can't make anything. He's practically dyspraxic.
Practically dyspraxic.
Do you know anything about hypnosis used on the Atlas course?
Are you sure you mean hypnosis or the power of persuasion?
What's the difference?
Not a lot. But if you want someone to do something, it's usually easier to ask nicely.
Atlas used persuasion techniques.
Well, don't all businesses use it, Inspector? Ever heard of advertising?
I don't think there'll be any contradictions there
Thank
just
you.
now. So I guess we'll have to go down to check on, what's his face? James. Aha.
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
Wait, I wanted to have a look. Wait a minute. Didn't Rebecca say that... Ryan was practically dyspraxic? So would that make it easy for him to play the guitar? Let's have a check about that.
A couple more questions, if that's okay. Does Ryan play the guitar?
He tries. He does keep wasting money on them, though. I think he believes if he buys the right one, he'll suddenly turn into Jimi Hendrix. Sad, really. I just let him play in his room. As long as he plays in there, I don't mind.
Let's have a look. No? I guess you could just be playing the... No, I guess not. Alright.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Guess we'll go talk to his father.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Does Ryan play the guitar?
Ryan? Ryan couldn't get a tune out of a radio. He's tone deaf.
Okay, so he's never tried to go professional.
If he did try, it was never going to happen.
Mean dad.
Can you tell me more about the auto-hypnosis techniques used on the course?
We don't use hypnosis on the course.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
So, how was it used?
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that. It was meant to force... to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't force anybody into being hypnotized. You have to want to be hypnotized. It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt or damaged in any way by hypnosis.
So you've never put pressure on students to enter into hypnosis?
It would be impossible to do so.
What a lovely voice this man has, so very dark and sinister.
What can you tell me about doll burning at Atlas?
Not very much. It's one of Ryan's ideas. My son is under the illusion that he's a genius.
Oh, I guess I can ask him about everything. Guess we did just unlock this guy, didn't we? So we can look for some contradictions. Starting from the beginning, I believe.
How well did you know Kate?
Hardly knew it at all. Met her a few times. At the course, that's about all.
So when was the last time you saw her?
Last Friday. I just popped out to the course and about 7.
Did you speak to her then?
It's possible.
And how did she seem? Was she happy, sad, preoccupied?
She was drunk.
7 PM. I wonder if that'll be important.
Do you know if Kate had lost this? It's her driving license.
How would I know that?
You didn't see it lying around anywhere?
No.
I see.
Did you know anything about Simon Thompson's bike?
No.
Ooh. Very curt.
Ever tried Simon's homebrew? Simon Thompson?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't touch anything that has had Simon's fingers in it.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I guess he won't be going near Emma then.
Have you seen this before?
Looks familiar. Where did you find it?
It was, in the woods.
Presumably had something to do with Kate or a killer.
Well, that's what I'm trying to establish.
Shouldn't it be in an evidence bag, Inspector, in case of contamination?
I didn't have one with me, unfortunately.
Well, don't go testing it for DNA, will you? It's got yours all over it.
Now that's interesting. He didn't say it was a suicide. He said killer. Silver key, freedom necklace.
What do you know about this?
It's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol we use sometimes on the course. Little bird in cage flying away. Freeing themselves from their past is the analogy.
So do they get them when they join the course or something?
No, not as a rule. I think I bought one once as a present.
Oh, not for Kate, by any chance?
No, not for Kate. I can't really remember who it was for. A birthday present, maybe for one of the students.
Which student?
I've no idea.
So he could have bought it for Emma. Potentially.
What do you know about this?
Looks like a mask.
You don't recognize it?
Not particularly. Looks like a monarch mask.
What's a monarch mask?
Monarch is a fancy dress. Outfitters. Ryan goes there sometimes.
Interesting.
What did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
You didn't hear anything about an argument in the pub?
Should I have?
No, that's fine.
That's strange. 'Cause didn't he say he saw Kate? No? Kate was drunk? I guess it must have been just after.
Could you tell me a bit about this?
Had it designed by an agency
And when was that?
last year.
Is that when you started the business?
Yes, I suppose so.
Nothing interesting there, I guess.
Have you ever seen one of these before?
I believe it's a scrying mirror, pagan thing.
Ever used one?
Why would I use a scrying mirror?
So you have no interest at all in this sort of thing?
No,
Does the Atlas course use them at all?
not at all. Strange question.
Oh, this man is very sinister.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
I presume you've seen an Atlas student doing that.
Ah, so this is an Atlas thing.
Well, it wasn't exactly our idea. The students started doing it spontaneously to show commitment to the cause. Cute, really. Which student did you see doing that?
I'm not sure, but he was carving it into a tree. I told him to stop.
Did you really? Why?
Defacing public property.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What's the punishment for that kind of thing nowadays? Prison sentence?
Oh, it's usually a fine.
All right. What about defiling public liberty? Does that carry a fine too?
Oddly enough, the student in question argued a similar point. Is that something you encourage on the Atlas course?
We encourage people who put ideas first and moral anachronisms second. The problem with the law, Inspector, is that it's out of date.
Well, I suppose that's a matter of opinion. However, you still respect it.
Respect it. I abide by it. We all play by the book, Inspector, but that's only because of the threat of possible incarceration.
Those teeth. Every time.
How well did you know Liam?
Liam who?
Liam, who took his life.
Oh. Well, as far as I remember, he was a good student, confident, outgoing.
You didn't notice any problems?
I believe he had problems at home.
Were you there when he died?
Yes.
And afterwards? You didn't see him after the meeting?
No.
What was Liam like that night?
No. Apart from being drunk, or possibly because of that, he seemed perfectly happy.
He was drunk.
Well, I assume the bottle in his hand contained whiskey and not lemonade.
Lots of similarities to Kate, don't you think? Drinking, depression, is that normal for the students?
People come into the Atlas course for quick solutions to their problems. And when they don't get them as quickly as they might have liked, sometimes their impatience gets the better of them.
Something's there, I think. There's a lot of information I have now.
Can you tell me a little about the Atlas phrase, free to be free?
Where did you hear that?
I was talking to one of your students.
It's a little phrase we conjured up to summarize our objectives.
What is your objective, if you don't mind me asking?
Mine, or do you mean the course's objective?
On the course.
The objective of the course is to free people from bondage. We teach that most people are crippled by their past, by guilt, their attitudes, their beliefs, all that kind of nonsense.
Guilt cripples people.
Feeling guilty in business is like a meat eater feeling guilty in an abattoir. Guilt comes from the archaic emotional centers of the brain. It's a vestige of our animal ancestry, that's all. In business, you heed it at your peril. I'm sorry, Inspector. My house appears to be haunted. Would you mind closing the door?
Ooh, too spooky.
So, you believe that guilt has no place in business?
None at all. I have few beliefs, Inspector, but that's one of them.
And what if you have done something wrong?
Well, that's the whole point. Guilt has nothing to do with it.
Interesting opinion.
See if he's had the magic
Know
mint.
what this is, by any chance?
I've no idea. Gardening isn't my kind of thing. Rebecca would probably know. I presume you've met Rebecca.
Yes,
I'm sure she'd enjoy telling you what it is. She's the kind of woman who likes to feel superior. Would probably marry a millionaire and then decide to run her own pub.
Yes, why was that?
Well, she isn't exactly housewife material. She likes to be in control, like Ryan. Shame, isn't it, that I'm in control of both of them?
Almost to the end of this information.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum, or magic mint?
Sounds like it might be a drug.
It's a hallucinogenic plant. Legal, as a matter of fact.
I'm not a drug taker, Inspector. I have no enthusiasm for voluntarily poisoning your brain.
And you've never seen anyone on the course taking it?
Well, if someone had, they wouldn't have done it openly. We don't allow drugs or alcohol on our course. We like to tell the students that success is the best drug. Whether you buy into that, of course, is another matter.
Huh. Then where did Kate get the morphine? I guess that's everything? I don't think that I heard any contradictions. Yes. I met Kate a few times. There's so much information now. He said that doesn't allow drugs or alcohol on the site. Been drinking all night, that's similar.
Aha. So if you don't allow drink or drugs onto the site, why did you allow Liam to drink whiskey all night?
Well, we did give him various warnings. Did try to stop him, but didn't work.
But you let him stay on the course?
Yeah, well, we couldn't throw him out. This isn't a primary school, Inspector. We're not the police. We can't enforce these rules. If they pay their fees, they're entitled to stay on the course.
And what if they want to take drugs?
As long as they do it with discretion, frankly, I don't care if they want to wipe or inject paint stripper all over their faces.
Do you store any alcohol at Atlas?
No.
Is there a kitchen?
Why, do you want to go down there and check?
Well, obviously you wouldn't mind if what you're saying is true.
Of course I wouldn't mind. It's past the lavatories down the corridor, but you won't find any drugs in there or alcohol.
Whether I find alcohol at Atlas or not, it probably isn't particularly relevant. But it's worth a look anyway.
Oh, good. So I've got unlocked a new area. I think that's maybe the only one we'll have in there. Oh wait, we haven't asked him about the third eye flyer. I think I didn't miss this one.
What do you know about this?
So you've been graced with Goebbels' company already, have you? James, our local minister for propaganda. I suppose Ryan already told you about our actual previous incarnation.
He explained, yes.
Did he tell you anything scandalous?
Not unless you count the suicide.
Oh. These things happen.
Was it your idea?
The suicide?
Third eye.
Yeah, I suppose it was. As my son had started to atrophy, I decided I ought to give him something to do.
And third eye was the same as Atlas, teaching business skills.
Very similar.
So Liam's death didn't prompt you to make any changes?
There was nothing we could do about Liam's death, Inspector, any more than we could do anything about Kate's. It was out of our control.
You can't blame me for wondering, Paul. 2 student deaths in 2 years.
It's called a coincidence, Inspector. I expect they ate fast food also. But you're not investigating all the local chippies, are you?
Third eye was Paul's idea. Liam's death was unavoidable. Very similar. No, I don't think there's a contradiction there. So the only...
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Yeah, I'll go see James, then I'll head back to Atlas and check out the kitchen. What's down here, actually? This town is so lovely, it's so nice. Everything... Oh, so quintessentially English. There's probably nothing up here either, so I won't bother there just now.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Ever heard of auto-hypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis?
Yeah,
And what do you know about it?
it's another name for scrying. Some people call it auto-hypnosis, I call it scrying.
Right. So you're saying scrying is just self-hypnosis?
Scrying? You can scry on anything. I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds. Maybe the water on a lake in the moonlight.
And when you're watching the water, what happens? You go into a trance?
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper. You swim around. Try not to go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you start drowning. Then you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, come to the surface again. Then you wake up and see the world as it really is. It's like a journey to a place people talk about, but no one's ever seen. You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea. But she bought one.
Right.
I thought he said he didn't... I'll ask him about the doll thing first.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning? What sort of doll burning?
It doesn't mean anything to you.
No. Should it?
No, that's okay.
Sold a mirror. I thought he said he didn't sell them. Oh, he sells them and doesn't make a profit. That's strange, I can't seem to click on anything.
That's all for the
Oh.
moment, thank you.
I don't think that's a contradiction though, because he doesn't sell them for profit, just sort of trades them and things. Alright, well, I'll just check out the step quickly. It's unlikely. Someone's dropped off some drugs.
Freedom, true freedom, means freedom from many vices that society had traditionally believed to be virtues. Self-criticism, self-doubt, guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not virtues.